3, 2, 1.
Hey, we're back with Minding Your Business. Chris Spiker is the host and, of course, the purveyor of pondectivity, which I don't know what that means.
It's kind of like a plethora.
A plethora, a cornucopia.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. He has so much to bring to the table. As a matter of fact, right now, Lancaster Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring this wonderful show, and we have somebody who's very important to the community. That's Terry Roth of Joshua Memorial Park. And Chris, I understand you know this guy.
I do. Terry, welcome.
Thank you.
And you've been on the show before.
Yes, I have.
Probably many times.
With this and with the Hispanic radio station as well.
That's right. And we brought you back because now we got the video camera going.
Perfect.
We have a lot of fun with these videos. They go into your world, and we ask you great questions. We have a nice organic conversation.
Okay.
And it's going to be there forever.
Perfect.
Goes up on the Chamber's website. It goes onto YouTube, and also the radio station's welcome to use it.
And AV Nice, and on myanimalvalley.com.
You know, which someday, if not already, is bigger than some publications.
Ooh.
Yeah. The world is changing.
Very much so.
And we want to keep being part of the conversation.
Absolutely.
That's why the Chamber of Commerce has the program to talk to different members to see what's going on, not just to get to know somebody better, not just to sell stuff and goods and services, but just to improve the level
of education
in the community of this place we live, which is the purpose of the Chamber and the purpose of the radio station.
Absolutely.
So how long have you been over at Joshua?
I'm going into my just shy of 2 years.
And are they like the biggest funeral corporation in the country?
Well, we pride ourselves not so much in being big, but we also pride ourselves in excellence in how we handle the families that come to us. We actually have close to 2,300 locations across the United States. And the number one question I get from families is, if I move, can I take what I have from you and transfer anywhere in the United States? And absolutely, so long as we have a facility that's part of our network, which is Dignity Memorial, you can transfer what you buy here at the same price point, and you're not 1 penny higher.
Okay, serious question. So then before I consider ever moving, I should ask you if it's okay to move there.
You can move, virtually, I don't know of any place in the country today that we don't have locations.
That's a neat feature.
It is very, because I have a family in Palmdale that found out that, guess what? They couldn't transfer their funeral coverage because there was an independent operator here in the Antelope Valley, and they were stuck.
You know, I realize this may be kind of an interesting topic for people to listen to, but being in the flower business, I think about it every once in a while. It's part of life, right?
It is part of life. It is part of life. My position with Joshua is basically to advise and counsel families on a pre-need basis as opposed to an at-need basis. On the at-need basis, people come into our facility and we take care of those families as if they were our own. And that's the way they should be handled. But the reality is, if you don't plan in advance, it is perhaps one of the most difficult tasks to have to do once a loved one leaves.
Yeah, and you're just saying that, but once somebody goes through it, it's the truth.
It's the truth. I've been through several families, I've sat with several families, and they all have the same unfortunate demeanor, that they are sorry that they didn't pre-plan their arrangements for their loved one. And we're talking loved ones at the age of 17 all the way up into their 70s. So it's a very wide gamut, if you will, of people that come to us.
All degrees, all the different stories.
All backgrounds,
all different situations. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking to a lot of people, ironically, in the medical field, that you'd think in the medical field they have a little bit of understanding of our business, but they really don't, just like I don't understand the medical field, vice versa. But one lady this morning, when I had a blood test, she says, well, her parents don't have anything and they're in their 70s. And her dad's a truck driver. He's all over the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have a travel protection plan that is pennies. The cost of is minimal. That will pay for the shipment, the permits, the translations if it's in a foreign country, anywhere in the world, for less than $500.
So
which is incredible.
If in their case, if they didn't have that coverage, they'd
You're-
be getting on an airplane, they'd be flying back, they'd be signing paperwork.
They would be paying for the shipment of their loved one back to Lancaster, California, and we do all that for the family, which is an incredible benefit. I mean, it really is.
You know, you talk about personalizing to the family and the
Yes.
needs. As I know, Chris understands grief, and obviously grief is a huge component of what you do.
Absolutely.
How do you handle that?
You have to gauge it, because I, unfortunately, or fortunately as the case may be, I'm a very personal person, and the impact it has on you have to be there for the family, you have to console the family, but you have to not take it home with you all the time, because it can eat you up. I mean, literally destroy you emotionally. But it's something you learn to deal with. I mean, and it's always this, it's no different. Every family is sensitive to losing a loved one. Every family needs to be handled in a very meticulous manner, and we pride ourselves in that. In fact, we pride ourselves so much that as a dignity provider, we have a 100% guarantee. I don't think there's anybody in our industry that does that. Oh, you have a problem, we'll get back to you. Okay, well, you have a problem, we correct it. And it's very rare that we have families with problems. For the most part, we do our job properly, and I'm very proud of that fact.
That's an interesting term, a dignity. That's how you handle grief.
That's how we handle grief, yes.
Incredible.
Yes.
How did, I know that your Joshua Memorial's always been a chamber member, but how did you become involved with the chamber? How did you decide this is an important part of the day?
I became involved through a very mutual friend of ours, Tamara Stobie. Tamara was she oversaw our networking group here in Lancaster that I'm part of for the last 3 years. And then she says, you know, Terry, she says, I'd really like you to be involved with the chamber. And I really didn't know a lot about what was the chamber's goals and mission statement was until I got involved with it. And then I got elected to a temporary term, and then I got elected to a 3-year term just most recently. So it's a great exposure for any business in the community that wants to partner up with other people in the community. You know, we partner up with people that have nothing to do with funeral. It doesn't matter. The point is they're business owners, and that's the key to what the chamber does. They work for and with the business owners in the Antelope Valley.
Yeah, because you stepped up and became a director.
Yeah,
There's some heavy lifting involved there.
I was a little bit pleasantly surprised that I was voted in for a 3-year term. It's kind of like a sentence, but it's
You think it should be day by day?
No.
Now wait, did you miss that meeting?
No, but it's a great opportunity to let people know who you are, and it builds your credibility with the community, and that's the important part. You know, an organization is nothing about other than the fact that they have quality people in their facilities, and Joshua is no different in that respect. We have the most caring, the most concerning, and the most loving people that I've ever worked with in my career of over 50 years in different industries. And that's not something you take lightly or can say lightly.
And so you come to I've known of you for some time.
Yes, you have.
Until we kind of got involved.
Yes.
And I asked you to come on the radio show, and you said yes. Most people, let me get back to you, or I'm really busy, or maybe next month, but you said yes. And in my mind, the switch changes about this is a real person. This is a person that's here to help, not just to get business.
It's not about getting business, it's about helping the community. And that's their primary goal, is that we reach out and we touch the community on a daily basis. Sometimes, every single day we touch the community. Be it good, be it not good. There's never anything great about losing a loved one. That's a fact. There's no getting around it. But the fact is, if you have people that care and concerning and handle your loved ones and your family the way their family is handled, that's the most important part of what we do.
Wow.
And that's what happens, because we've had people that said, you have done a phenomenal job for us, thank you for doing that. I've lost a couple of clients in the year and a half I've been there, and the one family I've known for 8 years here in the Valley, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, they lost their sister. And we took care of the family. We held a service at our chapel, and they were taken to an affiliated cemetery here in the Valley. But, you know, when I go out and help a family, the last thing I ever think of is that I'm going to lose them in whatever time frame we talk about. But that's the reality of what we do. And she just was gone in the blink of an eye. And to this day, I'm not sure we know why she passed, but those things happen.
They do.
They do, and we're there for everybody when they need us.
Positively. Speaking of being there, what's your contact information?
I can be reached at 661-547-3144. That's my direct cell number here in the Valley. And we can help all kinds of people regardless of their medical situation. That's important to know. It's not the same as the health industry or the life industry. The funeral industry can help anybody regardless of their diagnosis, regardless of their being treated or not being treated. So that's important that the community understand that.
Terry Roth, Joshua Memorial Park. I hope that people call you, find you out, and ask you some questions.
You know, I don't want to do business with you, but if I have to, I would do it with you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm bringing him over to you.
Okay.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.